What if I told you that every time you pour a glass of orange juice, you're not just drinking vitamin C, you're literally flipping genetic switches inside your body, switches that control your blood pressure, fight inflammation, and even change how your body handles fat. Scientists just discovered that this everyday breakfast drink is secretly reprogramming your DNA, and the effects are blowing their minds. For most of us, orange juice is just orange juice. A simple morning habit. Maybe you grab it for the vitamin C when you feel a cold coming on, or just because it tastes good with breakfast. But here's what we didn't know. Researchers from the University of São Paulo, North Carolina State University, and UC Davis just published something absolutely wild. They found that drinking orange juice every day for just 2 months changed the activity of over 1,700 genes in people's immune cells. That's not a typo. 1,700 genes. And here's where it gets even stranger, the juice didn't affect everyone the same way. Depending on your body weight, orange juice seems to flip entirely different genetic switches. It's like the same drink is speaking 2 different languages, to 2 different bodies. So today, we're diving deep into this groundbreaking research. We'll break down exactly what's happening inside your body, why your genes respond to orange juice, and what this means for your health. Trust me, you'll never look at your morning OJ the same way again. I'm talking about real science here. No hype, just facts. Let's get into it. Alright, let's start with the study itself. 20 healthy adults in their 20s and 30s agreed to drink 500 milliliters of 100% orange juice every day for 60 days. That's about 2 cups, roughly 17 ounces. Not a massive amount, just what you might have with breakfast. The researchers took blood samples at the beginning and end of the study, then analyzed what's called gene expression in the participants' immune cells. Now, gene expression is a fancy way of saying which genes are turned on or off. Think of your genes like light switches in a massive house. You have thousands of them, but not all of them are flipped on at the same time. Some control inflammation, some control blood pressure, others handle how you metabolize fat. After 2 months of daily orange juice, the researchers discovered something remarkable. More than 1,700 of these genetic switches had changed position. Genes associated with inflammation, like IL-6, IL-1B, and NLRP3, became less active. These are genes that normally ramp up when your body is under stress, triggering inflammatory responses. There was also a gene called SGK1 that particularly caught the researchers' attention. This gene affects how your kidneys handle sodium, basically salt. When SGK1 is more active, studies suggest it might contribute to higher blood pressure. The orange juice consumption decreased SGK1 activity in both groups, regardless of body weight. But here's where the plot twist comes in. Remember how I said the juice affected people differently based on their weight? In participants who were carrying extra pounds, the orange juice primarily affected genes related to fat metabolism, how the body processes and stores fat. But in leaner participants, it targeted genes controlling inflammation instead. It's like the same key opening different locks. About 950 genes changed the same way in everyone. Those universal effects we just talked about, like blood pressure genes. But hundreds of others responded differently depending on the person's body composition. Scientists are calling this personalized nutrition at the molecular level. So, what's actually in orange juice that's causing these genetic changes? The answer lies in compounds called flavonoids, specifically citrus flavonoids like hesperidin. These are natural plant chemicals found in the flesh and especially the white pith of oranges. Now, flavonoids are antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds. You've probably heard about antioxidants before. They're the molecules that neutralize harmful free radicals in your body, protecting your cells from damage. But flavonoids do something even more interesting. They seem to communicate directly with your genes. When you drink orange juice, these flavonoids break down in your digestive system into smaller molecules that enter your bloodstream. The researchers used computer simulations to test whether these breakdown products could physically attach to proteins in your body. Proteins that act like genetic switches, turning genes on or off. And it turns out they can. These flavonoid molecules are like tiny messengers that travel through your blood and tell certain genes, hey, it's time to calm down, or we need you to work differently now. That's why genes associated with inflammation start becoming less active. The flavonoids are literally telling them to chill out. But flavonoids don't work alone. Orange juice also affects your gut microbiome, the trillions of bacteria living in your intestines. One study found that drinking blood orange juice for a month increased the number of gut bacteria that produce short-chain fatty acids. These are special compounds that help maintain healthy blood pressure and reduce inflammation. Think of your gut bacteria as a factory workforce. The flavonoids and other compounds in orange juice change the factory's production line, increasing the workers that produce helpful chemicals while decreasing the ones that cause problems. These beneficial bacteria then produce substances that travel through your bloodstream and help keep your cardiovascular system healthy. What's really fascinating is that these effects build up over time. This isn't like taking a painkiller where you feel results in 30 minutes. The genetic and microbial changes happen gradually over weeks and months, which is why the study lasted 60 days. It's like renovating a house. You can't rush it, but when it's done, everything functions better. Now let's connect all these dots and talk about what this means for your heart and cardiovascular system, because this is where things get really exciting. Heart disease kills over 17 million people worldwide every year. It's one of humanity's biggest health challenges, and many risk factors for heart disease are connected to inflammation, high blood pressure, and problems with cholesterol. The orange juice research shows promise in addressing all three of these areas. First, inflammation. We already talked about how orange juice reduces the activity of inflammatory genes, but here's why that matters. Chronic inflammation is like a slow-burning fire inside your blood vessels. It damages the delicate lining of your arteries called the endothelium, making it easier for cholesterol to build up and form plaques. One study looked at 68 obese participants with metabolic syndrome. That's a cluster of risk factors including high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and excess body fat. After drinking orange juice daily, their endothelial function, basically how well their blood vessels worked, significantly improved. The vessels could relax and expand more easily, allowing better blood flow. Second, blood pressure. Multiple genes affected by orange juice consumption are involved in blood pressure regulation. That SGK1 gene we mentioned earlier, it controls sodium retention in your kidneys. Less SGK1 activity means your body doesn't hold on to as much salt, which helps keep blood pressure in check. And those short-chain fatty acids produced by your gut bacteria, they also help maintain healthy blood pressure through various mechanisms, including helping blood vessels relax. It's like your body has multiple backup systems all working together to keep your blood pressure stable. Third, cholesterol. A systematic review analyzing 639 participants from 15 different studies found that regular orange juice consumption lowered insulin resistance and blood cholesterol levels. Specifically, levels of LDL, the so-called bad cholesterol, often decreased. But there's an even more interesting marker, called apolipoprotein B, or ApoB. This reflects the number of cholesterol-carrying particles in your blood that are linked to heart attack risk. In a study of 129 workers at an orange juice factory in Brazil, regular OJ drinkers had lower ApoB levels, meaning fewer of those dangerous cholesterol particles floating around. Now I know what you're thinking, but isn't orange juice just sugar? Won't it spike my blood sugar and cause problems? This is actually one of the most fascinating parts of the research. Despite containing natural sugars about 40 to 50 grams per 500 milliliters, the genetic changes orange juice triggers seem to help your body handle that sugar better. The flavonoids in orange juice actually slow down sugar absorption in your gut. Your body can differentiate between the natural sugars in orange juice and added sugars in soda. A 20/24 study from Toronto Metropolitan University confirmed this. Natural sugars paired with flavonoids are processed differently than pure added sugars. That said, moderation is key. The health benefits observed in these studies came from about 2 cups a day, not half a gallon. And we're talking about 100% orange juice with no added sugar. Those fruit drinks with 10% juice and added sweeteners, they won't give you the same benefits. Here's what might be the most important takeaway from all this research. The future of nutrition isn't one size fits all. Remember how orange juice affected genes differently based on body weight? This is personalized nutrition in action. For people carrying more weight, orange juice primarily influenced genes involved in fat metabolism. The body was using those flavonoids to help process and manage fat stores. But for leaner individuals, the same drink targeted inflammation pathways instead. It's as if your body knows what it needs most and directs those nutrients accordingly. This has huge implications. Imagine a future where your doctor doesn't just say, eat more fruits and vegetables. Instead, they might say, based on your genetic profile and body composition, here are the specific foods that will target your particular risk factors. We're talking about precision nutrition, diets tailored to your individual biology. Now, we're not there yet. This study only had 20 participants, all from Brazil, all in their 20s and 30s. The researchers acknowledge they need larger, longer studies with more diverse populations. They also need to look at what happens in fat tissue and the liver, not just blood cells. But the foundation is there. We're starting to understand that foods don't just provide calories and nutrients, they're information packages that communicate with our genes, telling them how to behave, and different bodies interpret that information in different ways. It also reminds us that so-called healthy and unhealthy foods might be more nuanced than we thought. Orange juice has been controversial because of its sugar content. Some nutrition experts have warned people away from it entirely, but this research suggests that when consumed in moderation as part of a balanced diet, the benefits from its bioactive compounds may outweigh concerns about natural sugar content, at least for most people. So, what does all this mean for you? Should you run out and buy orange juice tomorrow? Well, let's break down the practical takeaways. First, if you already enjoy orange juice, this research is good news. A daily glass of 100% orange juice, about 8 to 17 ounces, appears to have measurable health benefits related to heart health, inflammation, and blood pressure regulation. These aren't wild claims, they're backed by genetic evidence and multiple studies. Second, emphasis on 100% orange juice with no added sugar. Those juice cocktails and drinks with added sweeteners won't give you the same benefits. The flavonoids and natural compounds are what matter, and they need to be present in meaningful amounts. Third, whole fruit is still king. Eating an actual orange gives you fiber that slows sugar absorption even more, and provides additional benefits for gut health and satiety. But if you're someone who struggles to eat enough fruit, a glass of OJ can help fill that gap. Fourth, individual variation matters. If you have diabetes or are at high risk, talk to your doctor before making orange juice a daily habit. The research shows benefits for many people, but everyone's situation is unique. And finally, this research is part of a bigger picture. We're learning that everyday foods, things we take for granted, can have profound effects on our health at the molecular level. Orange juice isn't an elixir or a miracle cure, but it's a reminder that what we eat matters, sometimes in ways we're only beginning to understand. The human body is incredibly complex, with tens of thousands of genes working together to keep you alive and healthy. And apparently, something as simple as orange juice can influence thousands of those genes, flipping genetic switches that reduce inflammation, lower blood pressure, and support heart health. That's the magic of science, isn't it? The ordinary becomes extraordinary when you look close enough. A breakfast drink becomes a genetic messenger. A simple habit becomes a health intervention. If this kind of content fascinates you, where we dig into the latest science and break it down into terms anyone can understand, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We're exploring the marvels of science, medicine, and the human body every single week. Drop a comment below and tell me, do you drink orange juice regularly? Are you going to start after hearing about this research? Or maybe you have questions about the science we covered today. I read every comment and I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching Mind and Marvel, where we explore the incredible science behind everyday life. Until next time, stay curious.